Hi Stampers, Jackie Bolhuis from Klompen Stampers. Are you ready for a fun, super simple project focusing on using designer series paper? Well, that's what today's all about. We're using bird ballad paper, and I'm going to show you how to make some adorable note cards that are going to just take minutes to make, and you're going to be able to send them off to your friends. Now, before I go any further, make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel here. I come to you 3 times a week with fun card projects, and also if you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you'd like to order any of the supplies I'm sharing today, I would love it if you picked me to be your demonstrator. Also, let me know if you need a catalog. So, without further ado, let's go ahead, flip this camera down, and I have to show you these adorable projects I have for you today. The stamp set that I'm using is Free as a Bird. Now, this coordinates with the Bird Ballad Designer Series paper, so I thought, well, we'll pull in these greetings, but you really could use any greetings you have, so no matter what kind of card you want to make. And I'm also going to use one of the stitched label framelets. Now, these two items come together in part of a bundle, so you can save 10% if you get them together, or you can purchase the whole suite of Bird Ballad products, which are adorable, with just one ordering number. So make sure you check that out in the catalog. Now, I promised you quick and easy. So we are using the note cards. Now, these come in a package of 20. You get note cards and envelopes. Makes it so easy for what I want to show you. They're 3.5 by 5, which means they are mailable. I like to call this thank you card size because that's what you see in thank you cards quite often. But so they're easy to make and easy to mail. What I'm going to do is simply cut a piece of the designer series paper down to 3.5 by 5, and we're going to cover the whole front of our card. I like the liquid adhesive. Make sure you don't put too much on there because you don't want it gooshing. But one of the reasons I like is as I place this down here, I can kind of slide it around a little bit to get it even on that top, even along the edge there where the fold is, and then just go ahead and rub it and press it down really good. So there we go. So there is the front of our card. Now for my greeting, like I said, we're using the Bird Ballad, and I've got several other samples to show you towards the end after I make this first card. So hang in here with me. But for the one I'm doing today, I took the thank you. I thought I would just make a thank you card. And I've already stamped it and embossed it using white embossing powder on black. And I cut it out with the second to the smallest, what I'm calling number 2, because I've labeled my dies, so whenever I refer to them in tutorials, they'll always go by the number. So number 1 is the smallest, so number 2 is the next step up, is the one I use there. And then we're going to grab just a couple of dimensionals. Okay. I can hardly make a project without dimensionals. I think you guys have figured that out by me, or from me by now. And I don't want to cover up the bird there. I want to make him the focal point, so I think we'll just come right there for that thank you. Now, if you don't know how to heat emboss, look back to the last video I shared. Just this past Wednesday, I showed how to heat emboss and how simple it is. Now, we're going to dress this up just a little bit by taking a piece of this lace trim. Okay, this is also part of that suite, so it all coordinates so nicely. And you can tie a bow, or sometimes I like to just tie a knot. You know, if you're feeling a little bit bow challenged, knots work perfectly. Plus, they're not quite as bulky if you're mailing something. So I tied it, and then we're just, I'm going to go a little shorter there. Going to trim off the ends here at a little bit of an angle. So there is our front of our card. Now on the inside, because we always want to make our inside pretty as well, I just have a 1/2 inch strip, so it would be a 1/2 by 5 piece of designer series paper. Just another print out of that same package, so we'll put a piece of that right there. And then we're going to take another one of the greetings out of the stamp set. This one says the world needs more, or the world needs more of you. So let's make sure we don't go upside down on that one. And we're going to go ahead and just stamp that with some black ink in the center. And there we have our adorable thank you card. Now, you've heard me say also, never want to send naked envelopes through the mail. So on this card, since we're not really doing a lot of stamping, really only the greetings, what we're going to do is use a piece of the designer series paper to pretty up our envelope. And all I do is grab a scrap. I make sure it's big enough to fit that flap. Oh, we're going to turn around this way. And then I'm going to take the same adhesive and I'm going to put it just on the flap. Try to get out to the edges and right up to that fold line. Again, not too much because we don't want it gooshing. Is that really a word? Maybe I made it up. And then we're going to take this, and again, I can slide it a little bit. So I can slide it right to where I see that fold line of the envelope. Get it where I want it. Put it down there nice. And then all I'm going to do is take my scissors, and it's super easy just to cut around the shape of my envelope. So let's go all the way there, come around this way, and bam. So there, now we have our cute envelope to go with our little note card. Now I promised you I had more to share with you. I actually made up a whole set. I'm going to package these and give them to a friend for a birthday. How easy was it? And then how cute are they? So I just used different words from that same stamp set. So we got thanks for being you. This one I left blank on the inside. You could put words on the inside also. Each of these, some might turn different directions, but they all have that lace trim on them. Used a couple of different punches or whatever to punch out the words, but that doesn't matter. You could add any greetings to this. If you don't have the stamp set, but you like the paper, just add some greetings that you already have to make some cute cards. So that one, I didn't put any paper on the inside of it, but you see all the envelopes are all cute. And then here's my final one with our little bow. And again, I didn't stamp, but I put a little piece of the paper inside. So there we go. We have a set of 5 adorable note cards. So if you would like to make these, you can hop right on over to my website and place an order if you don't already have the bird ballad. I think this whole stamp set and the suite's been flying off the shelves. I know a lot of you have picked it up already, so hopefully you like this idea. It's just another way to make some quick and easy cards focusing on using designer series paper. So thanks for stopping by, guys. I hope you like my project, and I look forward to sharing with you in a few more days another quick and easy stamping project. So until I stamp with you again, have a stamp happy day.